Hi everybody, I'm Leah of seejanedrill. I'm so glad you joined us today. Now today's video has to do with common drywall mistakes and problems, and guess what? I'm going to show you how to fix those and how not to make those mistakes. Coming up next. Now whether I'm working inside my shop or I'm outside in the elements, writing the rain all-weather notebooks, keep my notes in good shape. Write in the rain notebooks. Repel rain, sweat, and grime. Now this past week I was showing my nephew how to hang drywall, and I just stood back and I watched him because I wanted to see what he was going to do. He hung a sheet and he drove the first screw. And it's easy to drive that first screw because you're looking at the stud. This is the stud here. Then he did something interesting that I've seen done many times. And what it was he took a screw, his next screw, and he slowly made a line. And he tried to make it as plumb and straight as possible to drive his second screw. So then he took his third screw and he repeated the process. He started here and he slowly moved down. And that never works. And that was his first mistake, okay? You would think that you would be able to do it. But this is what happens. The first screw is always easy to install because, well, you're following the stud. And then the second screw, you get lucky and you hit that stud because you haven't really traveled enough. And as you travel from the top of the stud all the way down to the floor, you slowly move over. Your eye deceives you. You think that you're looking at that screw dead on. But I will guarantee you that once you get to the third screw that you have to install, you'll miss that stud completely. And it's just spinning because it didn't catch the stud. Here's the solution. You have to mark stud center. There's just no other way around it, and your best bet is to use a drywall tee. That's what this is here. And I'm just going to lay it up here so you can see what I've done, okay? You've got your drywall tee there. You take a pencil and you strike a line all the way down. So the drywall tee ensures that you're going to be smack dab in the center of that stud so that when you drive a drywall screw, you're driving with confidence that you're going to hit that stud. And guess what? You will. So now we're back at that screw that hit nothing but dead air and is just spinning, right? Now I'm going to take my drill here. It's on reverse. And I'm going to remove the screw. Okay, now watch what happens here. I'll remove the screw. You notice how nothing happened. You can't back a screw out of drywall because it hasn't really hit anything. And drywall doesn't represent enough of a resistance to back the screw out. This is how you remove it. You take any tool with a flat edge. You can take a hard knife, you can use a putty knife, you can use a drywall knife, and you slip it underneath the screw. And that's going to give you the resistance that you need to pull the screw out. So you take your drill and you just apply a little back pressure to that screw. And that's it. So our next problem is a bulge like this in the drywall. And I'll tell you what that is. Somebody missed a screw or a nail when they were hanging the drywall. And then when the drywall went up, it popped it right out. So you got this big bulge in your drywall. And you know, you may think that you could taper the edge by mudding over it, but that's not a good solution. And you don't want to take the drywall down for one screw or nail that you forgot. So the best solution, believe it or not, is just taking I've got a 5-in-1 painter's tool, and we're just going to pop it open here, just like that. That's all there is to it. So there it is. There's the nail that somebody forgot. Now, I want to tell you, don't pull it out. Don't even bother pulling it out. We're going to mud right over it. Okay, so the solution is just take a little mud and just go over it. That's it. There you go. Now once that's dry, I'll hit it again and give it another coat. Now the next common mistake is that the screw isn't countersunk. It looks like it is, and then when you go to mud it, you get something like that. Now, the solution is, there's a couple solutions. Once you haven't countersunk it enough, you just use a screwdriver. What you have to do is you have to bury that screw. And I always carry a screwdriver with me because sometimes that happens. Then you just go over it again. Now you can keep a Phillips screwdriver like this handy to take care of this problem when you encounter it, or you want to use a countersinking bit, and it will always countersink the drywall screws so you don't have that problem ever again. So this is a countersinking bit for drywall screws, and it dimples the drywall so you'll never have like a drywall screw sitting out like in the shop before. Now these things just slip right off. See that? Pretty simple. And they only cost maybe $2. It's inexpensive and it'll solve a lot of problems for you. So that's it, folks. Pretty simple stuff. Simple solutions to common drywall mistakes and common drywall problems. Now, before I go, I want to say this, and that is Right in the Rain. They're our sponsor again this week and next week. Will you show them a little love for me? Go to their website. Check them out and support those that support us here. Now I'm going to place a link in the description below this video. Make it easy for you to go there and check them out. And if you do, you can get 15% off. That's for seejanedrill viewers, okay? This is Leah saying you can do this. See you next time.